Namaskar. Hello and welcome to P Guru's channel. I'm your host Sri Iyer. A third attempt on Trump. Well, something that is still breaking, and in about 1.5 hours' times, we are going to have a press conference in the Riverside County of California. This is in Southern California, and what happened, I'm going to discuss. Show you a bunch of slides on what really happened. This is a real attempt. It's not like it could have been, this could have been. No, this was a real thing. In fact, the person who has been arrested, he was found very close to Donald Trump Jr., son of Donald Trump. He was kind of in the Republican National Convention. He was going about taking videos. So this person is not unknown in the Republican Party events, at least. And I'm going to give you all the data. Just a small request to all of you to please like this video. This is going to get big because, again, this is quite serious. Who is this person? What are his leanings? What could have been the motive? All that and more we're going to discuss. Let's go. A third attempt on Trump in Coachella, California. Well, Coachella is a place that is to the right of San Diego, not that far down south, but a little bit between, if you think about latitudes wise, between San Diego and LA. They are about 120 miles apart. You can say 60 miles in between, but further east, I would say about 100 miles east, or 60 to 100 miles east of the Pacific Ocean. And there is, if you look at the map of United States, right, the interstates go, odd numbers go from left to right, like a Cartesian graph, coordinate system. Even number interstates go from bottom to top. Like the lowest, I think, is 8, I-8, and that starts in San Diego. It hugs along the border and then goes across towards Florida. Then the next one is I-10, and Coachella is a small town that is located right on I-10. And this is where this person was caught. There is an event that Trump was going to address. In fact, the meeting has gone off well. Yesterday also there was a meeting in West Coast. That also went, there were 60,000 people, I heard. So that's a fairly impressive crowd for American politicians. Riverside County Sheriff is going to be holding a press conference after possible third Trump assassination attempt. So this is going to happen at 3 p.m. my time. Right now it is 1:45 my time. So it's still about 1 hour, 1.5 hours away before we'll get more details. But what we know thus far is, this is the name of the person, is Wem Miller, M-I-L-L-E-R. He's 49 years old. He was carrying multiple guns and a fake VIP pass, and he was arrested outside Trump's rally in Coachella. Now, he said, I mean, this is discussions that are coming out, allegedly, that he was there to kill the president. And this is something that is not unusual, in the sense that people are saying things like this. I mean, somebody can say it in the heat of the moment and then claim it is freedom of speech. But this person appears to have had intent, because they're also saying many of the guns that he possesses are actually illegal. In other words, they were not licensed. US, there are no limits to how many personal guns you can have. And there are many ways in which the laws get bent. I'm not going to comment much on that. It's the intent that we need to look at. Well, there is one video that he has released in the past. If you go and look at that, he is saying that, oh, in this Republican National Convention, there is no cash counters. Everything is cashless. You have to use only, electronic transfers. And he was kind of grumbling about that. That kind of gives you an idea that maybe he is more comfortable with handling cash. Nothing wrong in that, but you just see that these are all attributes of people who are not able to adjust to the system. I'm not making any apologies, okay? I'm just trying to tell you that the fact that he was caught on the rally with so many guns, with a fake VIP pass, it's, there are so many movies also made on all these attempts on the president, some successful, most unsuccessful. Of course, you want a good ending, so you always have the movies, in which the killer is caught. So here, what is unusual is that this is like it's coming in waves. The second one was in Mar-a-Lago. The first one, was in Butler, in Pennsylvania. First one was in Butler, Pennsylvania. Second one was in Mar-a-Lago, Florida. This is the third one. There was another one in, I think it was in Tucson, if I remember correctly, where Trump had given a speech, and many people who had attended the speech to the right side, they all suffered chemical burn because they were all feeling nauseated and they had actually gone to the hospital to have themselves checked. Looks like Trump did not suffer that, but why one group of people sitting right behind Trump suffered it, I don't know. That raises some fears on what could have happened. So anyway, so there are multiple attempts being made. I don't know why people have it in them to somehow see that Trump does not contest this election. It's anybody's choice. I mean, it's not easy running for president. It's grueling. You have to shake hands day in and day out. You have to be nice. You have to say the right things, not lose your cool, not lose your temper, be very, balanced. And if you notice, the Trump of 2024 is very different from the Trump of 2016. He is much more calmer, he's kinder, gentler, likable. So this is something that perhaps they are the ones who don't want him to come. They are really afraid that he's going to sweep the board. In other words, like 30, 35 states, if he wins, that will be a sweeping victory. We have had such victories in the past. So is that what is the fear? But I think there is something more than that. Unfortunately, even if, let's say, Trump comes to president, Trump becomes the president and then starts cracking down on illegal immigration. You know what the problem is? There are many criminals that have come into the system. They're not going to keep quiet. They're going to start creating one chaos or the other. You saw Venezuela based gangs now in Colorado. They have taken over one apartment complex. I'm now hearing three such things exist in three different cities, and that this particular gang from Venezuela is being financed by China. See, once somebody sees that, hey, here is a successful disruptive force, 10 people jump in to try and finance that. So this is reality today. China doesn't want Trump to come back because they're afraid that he will raise the tariffs and ruin China's recovery, whatever tender recovery it's experiencing. Iran doesn't want him because they think that it was he who called off the whole deal that Obama had crafted. Although Biden has put it back and even released some money, which is what Iran used to attack Israel and also US to some extent. So all these things now show that there are many countries who don't want Trump to come. But more than that, there are people within the United States who don't want Trump to come. This is democracy, guys. Anybody can stand for president as long as they're born in the United States. They have to be born in the United States. That's a requirement. It's a necessary condition. So what is it that you have such a problem with him? Let the people decide. You are not the people. You are one of the people. I'm very, very sorry to see the process of democracy being thwarted this way. It's really, really sad. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. Well, there are some people who are kind of not agreeing with the kinder, gentler. That's how I saw. It's personal opinion, viewpoints. I felt that he was kinder and gentler this time around. And out of my mind says, we are pressed to oppress the elections. That's funny. The Dems are in dire need to win, it seems, but Miller failed. Wem Dem. That's the name. Wem Miller is the name. Okay, here's a question from Manoj. If I'm not wrong, happy Vijayadashmi to you, sir. May Trump will get his dashasa to be turned into right path. No, I think you're right. He has to be careful, very, very careful. We have been saying this thing. Karthik Gore has said that his dasha has turned, and he needs to be very, very careful. And I think the Secret Service detail around him has been beefed up. They're getting better intel now. They're also working better with the local law enforcement authorities. But the cat has been kind of let out of the bag. There are lots of criminals with bad intents hanging around in US. I don't know. Hopefully, somehow this thing is going to ride out another 20 days and then it's election time. Ram Prasad wants to know, will Trump survive till the end of US elections? God bless him. I think he will. This is the will of the people. If the people want him, that strength will make him to survive all these things. After JD Van, the results are clear. It's Trump to favor, if not going for waiver via Jumla Kamla. Interesting turn of phrase. Okay, Pathfinder disagrees with me. Kinder, he literally said death sentence to migrants if any migrant kills an American. What's wrong in that? I mean, can't even an American can get killed by some unprivileged immigrants? I think, well, that is the law, Pathfinder. In most states, I mean, there are some states where killing is death sentence is not legal, but most states are. Oja Sane wants to know, hello sir, will this third attempt change the voting pattern from Kamala to Trump? Will there be more attempts on Trump in the near future? Well, your guess is as good as mine, Ojas. There are lots of bad people, dangerous people who have taken up residence in the United States. Who knows who is funding them? Everything seems to be now all black magic. I think the law and enforcement authorities are also having their hands full. It's going to be a difficult 20 odd days. Manoj wants to know one observation, sir. 8 million have been given votes illegally. They have not been given votes illegally. Manoj, they have not been given votes illegally. There are only some states that are saying that we will not check ID. That's a hint to try your luck there. And 33% of us are Jews. How math will be in future? Your views, Manojji. My guess is that they will not be allowed to vote, and things are being put in place. For example, the states that can do the mischief or mischief, this kind of mischief can happen, are few, and those are well under control, I believe. But there will be a surprise or two. Maybe the election, if it is a close election, it might get a couple of days before the winner is announced. But my guess is it's not going to be a close election. Subha Vijayadashmi, Lipton Baruaji. And Pathfinder wants to know, is it deep state? Well, I don't know. See, these are all individuals trying to, trying to do something. My my observation here is that, you can, if you are a citizen of, if you're born in the US, you have every right to run for the president. You get votes or not, it's a different matter. This is a fundamental right given by the Constitution of the United States. Why do you want to try and thwart that by going and taking, shots at them? Everybody has a right to live. Anyway, this is just philosophical. I hope that better sense prevails. These are all, again, Americans for the most part. We're not talking about people who are not born in the United States. Now, when they come into this kind of thing, it's going to get pretty nasty, I can tell you. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to click on the bell button for notifications. Namaskar.